Today on Cutler's Court.
How is you all's intimate life?
I'm always coming on to her. She's never coming on to me.
My woo-ha is connected to my emotions. So if emotionally we're not connecting, then I'm just not able to get in the bedroom and give you all of me.
This divide regarding your sex life and children is so big that you have to go.
Because he said he doesn't want children.
We'll find out today, will she stay or will she go? This is Cutler's Court. Star King says her boyfriend's behavior has changed drastically over their 3-year relationship, and she is seeking the judge's help in deciding if it's worth saving. Joshua McPhee admits there have been changes, but not from his end. He claims after agreeing not to have kids, his girlfriend has now flipped the script and is pressuring him to procreate.
Your Honor, this is case number 1096, King versus McPhee.
Thank you, Tashi. Miss King and Mr. McPhee, you all are in a relationship and you just can't seem to see eye to eye on some things. And so you're here for us to help you do that. So tell me what's going on, Miss King.
Right. So I am here because I need advice. I need help. Like after failed relationship, being lied to, cheated on, looking crazy in the street, I thought I found my knight in shining armor. Well, not knight in shining armor because I don't need to be saved, but I thought I found my person. So we dated for a year before we even decided to commit, which was something totally different for me. So I just knew I was getting it right this time. And I don't know, like after we committed, maybe 6 months in, like things just started to change. Like I didn't have that knight in shining armor feeling anymore. It just didn't feel as exciting. I just didn't feel like he was as excited about me anymore. I feel like if we're a couple, then we do things together. Like, you know, we think together or at least try to come to compromises where things work for the both of us. And it's just not that way with him all the time. Like he sees things one way and that's how we should do it. And without a conversation, like that's just the way that it should go.
Okay, so it's his way or the highway?
Pretty much.
All right. And how's your communication?
Communication was good in the beginning, I'll say that. But things really started changing when he lost his job. And it wasn't his fault that he lost his job, his company downsized, you know. So I'm your girlfriend, I'm there, I'm gonna be supportive. But, so in his spare time, because he was home, he spent a lot of time on social media. And social media has its good and bad points.
Amen.
And there are a lot of things that we learn off of social media. You know, you do things all your life, then something pops up on social media like, this is how it's supposed to be done. Like, okay, fine, that's cool. But my thing is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like, even though they do it that way, okay, I like my way, okay? They tell you how to store your food so it lasts longer, right? So I'm the type of person, I like cool cucumbers. I like my cucumbers in the fridge.
That's a phrase, cool as a cucumber.
Exactly. But on social media says to make the cucumber last, you need to leave it out.
Did y'all test this?
Yes. And it does last longer when you leave it out. Like when,
Now, well, let me ask you this. After you cut it, do you put it in the refrigerator? Like if you...
so I wrap it. I prefer just to wrap it in some plastic and then, you know, leave it out still.
Really?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Did you find that to be true?
I've never seen a wrapped
She
cucumber.
definitely has seen
like,
it to be
the
true.
whole,
I'm not going to say
We've
like
never restored a cucumber before. Like, come on.
You got a gentleman you're out of work.
Yes, ma'am.
So you're at the house. You grocery shopping, dishes washed.
You know,
you're doing
trying
the
to budget
budget.
and trying to make sure our money lasts long.
Okay.
We was trying to save up to build a house or whatnot. So like I'm trying to make every penny stretch.
Okay. I think I hear Ms. King saying is that there's a little nitpicking going on. Do you nitpick a little bit? Just a little bit.
I can't deny that. I won't deny that. I mean, and you know, looking back, yeah, it was, but like you got to understand my mind state. You know, I'm not bringing home money like I normally am. I'm trying to contribute, so I'm taking on these roles that traditionally I didn't necessarily do. You know, just helping out in the household, and you know, I was just trying to financially be as responsible as possible when only one person was working in the household.
I got it. Okay.
Yeah, so outside of the fruit and vegetable milieu, what other issues are you all having in your relationship?
So this whole cucumber thing led to something else that he does. Like he breaks communication. Like he stops communication when he feels like it. So after this cucumber incident, maybe a day later he traveled. Like he went to DC like for the weekend. But of course we had just had this argument about the cucumber. And I mean the argument got bad. He got mad. I raised my voice, so he left. Right. So he left. And then he went on vacation for a weekend.
Okay, was that like something you knew it had been planned for some time? So
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But he didn't leave in a good way. It was not on a good note.
No, it wasn't. Like
Okay.
there was no communication going on at all.
So
Like,
he's gone that whole weekend. You don't hear from him.
well, I heard from him
Uh-huh.
because I called him.
Well, that's
And
different.
then-
No, you didn't hear from him. He heard from you.
He heard from
Exactly.
you. Okay.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
Now, were you feeling a little tight? You like, I ain't talking to her. She dissing my cucumber game.
I was upset or whatnot, yes, but I wasn't necessarily just upset at the cucumber thing. There was some other situations that were going on, and I was with my family.
Okay.
I was having a good time. I just was focused on having a good time that weekend,
You got caught up.
pretty much.
You don't
Okay.
get that caught up though. You
No.
shouldn't get so caught up that you don't reach out or return phone calls.
No,
Like
I returned phone call and I picked up.
Barely.
It was not like I was like sending her the voicemail.
All
he
right.
was nitpicking. Yeah,
Alright, so
because he knew that would bother me.
I'm watching you two. I'm watching the dynamic between you two, and it's a good vibe. Do you have any non-food related issues in your relationship with Miss King?
Y'all just need to go out.
Yes.
That's what I'm hearing.
Yes.
Y'all,
yes.
All right, you have some stuff. What have you got?
Like she said, we've been dating about 2 years. And it's been about 18 months since we've been official, whatnot. And neither one of us are the same shape and size that we were when we met each other.
y'all got them love pounds. I know about it.
It happens. But I found it hard to speak about like putting on the weight with her or working out with her.
It's a horrible topic.
Yeah.
Wait, you trying to find a way to talk to your significant other, female, about the weight she's put on?
Yes.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Right.
We-
that is not a
good luck with that.
conversation. Yeah.
Coming up,
It's definitely been times when she wanted to, and instead of like initiating, she'd be like, "Oh, are we gonna do it tonight?" And I'm just like,
That's so hot.
Right.
You trying to find a way to talk to your significant other, female, about the weight she's put on?
yes.
Yeah, good luck with that.
From the very beginning, I've spoken about the fact that I don't want kids. And so I want to say about 8 to 6 months ago, Star was like, well, I want another kid. She has a child now. He's an adult and, has his own life or whatnot. And now she's like, well, I didn't get to have, an awesome motherhood as far as like raising my son. So I would like to try it again. Now that I have the job, the good career. So she wanted to do it. She wants to have a kid. And I'm just like,
No, sir. No, ma'am.
Okay.
But the crazy
All right.
part is he doesn't want to have kids, but he donates his sperm to other people to have kids.
that's
So
different.
that
That's
work?
not my
No.
kid.
I need to ask a question because I'm looking at the list of things you all have identified as problems in your relationship. How is you all's intimate life?
So that's
Whoa.
another
Did
thing.
you feel that?
I got chills. Literally.
It was a frozen tumbleweed.
That
That's
was
what it was.
Woo.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's starting to feel like, well, I think the attraction, the size thing is coming into play, and then also, I would say some parts of sex I feel like she feels like are a chore to her.
But it's not necessarily that it's a chore. Like, it's just like things. So my woo-ha is connected to my emotions. So if emotionally we're not connecting, then I'm just not able to. I'm just not able to
I
get in the
just got
bedroom
what
and
happened
give you all of me. Like I want to have a kid, but like he is gun-ho. I won't say that I want to have a kid. It doesn't have to happen. But if the opportunity is there, like, let it happen. Like, we don't like.
Thank you.
I'm just
No,
like if it can happen, like let it happen. He doesn't even finish like with me. It's like it feels like a chore because like he's back there, he's trying to figure out exactly when he needs to stop, so nothing happens. So it's like, woo.
You get that visual?
I don't want that visual, but I have it. Let me just wait a minute. Let me scrub my brain.
So I had my first kid when I was like real young. So he's right. My mother is definitely the person like, this is yours. You're gonna raise it. But I was 14, so I was a co-parent. So I was 19, 20.
Yeah.
So now that I'm grown, now that I have my own career and I have the money and the stability and the finances, like sometimes I think about having a kid, and it's not every day that I want to have one. I'm gonna just be honest. Some days it's like, yeah, I want to have one, and it's other days like, oh, I want to go over here, I want to go over there, I want to go this place.
Because
like,
you know, once you have a prize, it's yours to keep.
I know,
Yeah,
I know very well. So yeah, and it's just like,
all right.
He just
So-
doesn't want to go there.
So
like,
because of this friction between you two, you are not always feeling emotionally invested.
right.
And because of, you said this, because of the weight gain, there's some attractiveness, and this issue about she wants to have a kid and am I going to get trapped into having a kid, you're kind of standoffish.
I'm definitely hesitant.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very no on the having a child, but I think my issue really is with the lack of sex. Is like I'm always coming on to her. She's never coming on to me. You know,
Right.
like, and I've definitely spoken to her about that before. Like, I want to feel like a piece of meat too sometimes.
Yeah,
you
you,
know?
want to feel like somebody
You wanna feel
wants you.
desired.
Right,
Exactly.
Yeah,
I
I
feel
get it.
desired.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
And you know, that just doesn't happen. You know, it's like, oh, are we going to do it? Like she'll ask, like so, like it's definitely been times where she wanted to, and instead of like initiating, she'd be like, oh, are we gonna do it tonight? And I'm just like,
That's so hot.
right, like.
Up next,
She doesn't understand why he's willing to be a sperm bank donor, but not willing to have a baby. Well, those are two different things.
Yeah, that's like, I mean,
If you have a baby, you there forever.
I think my issue really is with the lack of sex is like I'm always coming on to her, she's never coming on to me.
At this point, Judge Dana and I are going to deliberate. We're going to figure out what advice we want to give you all as you all move forward. And we'll let you know what we come up with when you come back. Tassi, would you please show our litigants out?
Well,
All right, we got a laundry list of issues here. I think that the biggest issue between them is
no
got to be
kids.
this cucumber thing. That's a deal breaker.
All right, and to a lesser degree, just a small degree, not wanting kids and
Okay.
one does might be
Yeah,
just
that's-
might edge out the cucumbers. I'm not sure.
Right. That's not something you can say, well, we'll get together, we'll figure it out later. That's kind
No,
of,
no, sir.
because that is going to be a problem.
And he clearly does not want kids. She says that she doesn't understand why he's willing to be a sperm bank donor, but not willing to have a baby. Well, those are two different things. Because once he
Yeah.
makes his deposit, he's done.
Yeah, that's like, I mean,
If you have a baby, you there forever.
and she's realistic about it. She says, some days I feel it, some days I don't. So I think she doesn't have this glamorized view of motherhood at this point.
Let me just say,
So-
that's a young man's game,
So-
a real young man's game.
Well,
Yeah.
but the issue is they're not connecting emotionally because she doesn't feel an emotional connection to him that he. I mean, they're just missing on all levels.
Underneath all of this is because he's concerned that she's trying to get pregnant. Like she said, just let it happen. He's like, no, ma'am, I don't want to let this happen. That is impacting their sex life. So it is like, we gonna do it? Yeah, okay. I mean, that's not sexy if you're worried about avoiding pregnancy and the person wants to potentially be pregnant. So that's one. Two, I think, he was very candid about, she doesn't look like she looked when I met her. And
I mean, who among us, right?
amen. But if that's a thing for you, if someone's weight is a thing for you, that's going to impact his, his desire for her. And I think she picks up on that. There's a great vibe between them.
Yeah, there's no anger, there's no animosity. And that's,
so
there's hope.
So we need to ask him, is our kids a deal breaker? Is her weight a deal breaker?
Yeah. And I mean, is she going to stay or is she going to go?
Yep. All
Okay,
right.
well, let's bring our litigants back in. So, Ms. King and Mr. McPhee, you all are still in the learning stages of your relationship. You're learning how to navigate different things that come up. For example, you say she doesn't look the way she looked when you first met her. I mean, she's a very beautiful woman, and she's going to continue to change as we all get older. You're going to change. So you've got to figure out, are you going to love this woman for who she is and who she's going to become, or are you just stuck on the woman you met 3 years ago? The bedroom.
Yep, I get it. Women in particular, but people in general, their desire is tied to how they feel and how they're perceived. And so if Miss King feels like you don't find her as desirable or as attractive, that's not gonna make her wanna be sexy for you or desire you. If she feels unappreciated or that you're nitpicking or that you're not communicating, that's not gonna, it all starts here. And so if this isn't turned on, as you said, your woo-ha ain't gonna be turned on. It's all together. And so so that's a piece of it. But the other piece is, for you, I think it's hard to be, smoky about her when you're concerned, like, is she gonna get pregnant? So our recommendation at this point is counseling, but that counseling hinges on a question to you. And that question is this divide regarding your sex life and children. Is it big enough for you to stay, or is it so big that you have to go?
Because he said he doesn't want children.
I don't know. I don't know. Because like I said, like, some days I feel like, like I do want a family. And then other days it's like, I just want to travel the world and finally be free. I just don't feel like he doesn't support me emotionally. So even if we mistakenly had a kid, I don't think he would be emotionally supportive for them either. So it's kind of like a no for me. I'm leaning towards the no.
So, Mr. McPhee, I mean, you've heard her. Can you be the person she wants you to be emotionally?
I can definitely be the person that she wants me to be emotionally for her. I want to take the time to, try to reconcile and try to be that person for her.
All right. Well, the court is going to order you all to take the counseling and just have an opportunity with a third person to talk about the issues around having kids and this communication connection. And I think after that, you will either be walking together or walking away, and both are good. Sometimes we got people in our lives for a season and not forever, and that's okay too. Court is adjourned. Go with God.
Thank you.
I feel like there were many things that I could learn or things that I did learn, and I feel like it was good advice.
Kids definitely still a deal breaker for me. I definitely don't want kids right now.
Maybe, the kid issue isn't as big as I make it. We can work on our communication.